Do you want to feel like you're in a movie scene, relaxing while you crochet? Do you want to feel completely at peace? Have life look like this? Be a living Pinterest board. Romanticize every moment in your life. Get the most out of it. Appreciate, really be in that moment. I'm going to be talking about different things that go into really getting the most comfiest, coziest experience that you can get while crocheting. I absolutely love to crochet, and I also love to pretend that I'm in a movie. I really like to relax, and I think everybody needs to relax sometimes, and I think that's something that a lot of crocheters have in common. We like to chill, we like to just relax and be comfy and be homebody and cancel plans so that we can play with yarn. This is different things that I do to get the most out of crocheting. There's going to be two different overall topics that I'm going to talk about within this video. One is going to be setting the scene, which is going to more discuss the environment, different physical aspects, and then the second one is going to be enhancing the experience, which is more within your mind and energy. Let's get into it. First thing I want to talk about is before you even begin crocheting, put on some comfy clothes. You're going to be sitting for a while. Hopefully you can put some time aside that you're done for the day. You can relax and put on some comfy clothes that completely make the experience fun. Whether this is an oversized t-shirt, which is definitely my go-to, or if you're a little more bougie, like my roommate, she would walk around like matching silk pajamas. Whatever you prefer that is comfy for you so that you don't feel uncomfortable while you're crocheting. One thing my boyfriend and I do the second we get home before we do anything is change out of our uncomfy outside professional clothes and get into more comfy ones. I think this makes the experience so much better because you don't want to focus on uncomfiness while you're crocheting, or else it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be romantic. It's not going to be delightful. So get out of those jeans and put on some sweats. Another thing that could be distracting you besides your clothes uncomfiness while you're crocheting is an unclean environment. So you want to tidy the area before you start to clean. I was reading this book and it's all about learning and everything. So a big thing about learning is focus. And when you have things in your peripheral vision while you're reading, while you're doing work, while you're crocheting, each thing is going to distract you and take some of your focus. So if it's in your eyesight or peripheral, if there's a mess on the ground, if you have a book here, you have a phone there, every single time you see it, it's going to take pieces of your focus and mind. So you want to make sure that you just have a clean area. And a lot of people say your room is what your mind is like. And I know it can be annoying, but you're going to feel so much better after it's clean, even if you just shove everything under your bed or in the closet, just so you can't see it. That gets the job done too. I don't suggest it because you're still going to think about it and have to deal with it later. But for now, for crocheting wise, it gets the job done. A lot of this is room specific, but I also highly suggest getting outside to crochet if you can, getting in different places. I wouldn't even mind just going to a library, sitting to crochet, going to a park on a blanket. There are so many good ways for the mind to crochet, which is nice, that you could just be out in public in a cafe. You know, that is a totally romantic experience when you're making something. Like, I feel like a movie character. There would be a scene, a pretty scene where they're relaxing, making something with delightful music in the back in public, which I think is so cute. And that brings me to another thing. Try, if you can, to hang out with people while you crochet. I feel like that's so much fun, and it makes the experience more fun, especially if you are lucky enough to have friends who crochet. And I feel like it's just all good vibes. It can't be bad vibes. If the both of you are just crocheting together, that sounds like so much fun. I have a few friends who crochet, but unfortunately we're also athletes. I know that they always have studies and we can't always find time to crochet together, but best believe if we did have time, we would, okay? That just sounds like an amazing time. I know my one friend is in Italy right now and she is fully embracing her crochet because she's not running anymore. Doesn't have a bunch of school, but she can finally crochet and it makes me so happy. And crochet makes everyone happy. So if you can get out with friends and do that, I envy you. Invite me, please. If you're not in an outside place and you're in your room, Another thing to invest in is aesthetic decor. That could be posters on your wall, it could be different blankets, it can be all different things. This could simply be something that you put on your TV. When I was in college and I didn't want to have a bunch of decor because the room's so small, and the more decor I had, it just felt more cluttered, I would just look up on YouTube and say, no sound videos. And with those no sound videos, things would come up. There'll be nature or there'll be stars in the sky, but it was just a relaxing, fake moving poster, fake decor, I guess, that was pretty, and it just set the scene. Aesthetic, inspiring decor, but you want to have a space that inspires you to create and calms you, and it's just a good space for you. Even if you can't invest in room decor, you can also make room decor, like with crochet. You can make so many things on Pinterest. I know there's mandalas and like a bunch of boho crochet decor, or if you want to get into crochet tapestries, which I have been so big. I'm going to show you guys. I'm making a Totoro sweater right now. Unfortunately, I'm not making a YouTube tutorial for this because sometimes I just gotta make things for myself, but it's a cardigan. Unfortunately, I can't unwrap this yarn. Where's the good side? But yeah, no, I have been big on crochet tapestries. Like, look at him, he's so cute. Anyways, you guys are gonna see that later. And I probably will make a little tutorial on how to make crochet tapestries because I have found a way to do it without having to weave in all these ends at the end. And that is so, it just makes it so much neater and happier. Anyways, sidetracked. See, anytime I talk about crochet, yap yap. But if you can make your own crochet decor, but on top of that, not necessarily even decor, you can also invest in aesthetic and useful crochet things. So for example, I want to invest in an all pink crochet hook set. I think that will make life so much fun if it's all pink. And then also I know like there's these pillows that you can put in front of you so you can rest your elbows on them, which just makes it more comfy. There's crochet glasses. I think I'll do another video on this on my favorite crochet accessories, but I would have to buy all the accessories and try not to spend so crazy. But eventually, when I'm a millionaire, I will show you guys all the crochet accessories that you should get. But yeah, that's another thing that completely I feel like when you have matching things or fun, like I saw these gold scissors, there's so many cute little things that you could use. I think that makes it a lot more special and enjoyable way to crochet. Like, it's the little things. You know, we of all people should know that it takes little stitches to make big, beautiful pieces. So it's the little things that create magic. On top of that, you also want to think about the scent of smelling. I feel like that's an underrated sense. We talk about touch, we talk about eyesight a lot, but your smell is an important sense. Your smell is an important one because it can bring back memories. If you smell something from your childhood, it can relax you. It can just, even if you're just smelling something and it's not there, it just takes you to imagine it and it takes you there already. Like if you smell a cookie, you already taste it. Certain things like that. So you can light candles, burn incense, essential oils, all different things like that to really set the mood. And even going outside, just taking a deep breath in, taking in that fresh air. Unless you live in the city, I'm sorry, please don't breathe through your nose. But I know certain scents like lavender, chamomile, vanilla are known to relax you, relax the mind, all things like that. To completely setting the scene, the environment. I'm like imagining what if in movies when we're older, we could smell everything. Like I feel like that would enhance the experience so much, but that would be so crazy. And I feel like when you have a candle lit, it's just immediate relaxation. And if you tidied your room, you're literally forced to be relaxed. There's nothing else for you to do but be relaxed. Also, instead of smelling, you also want to pay attention to the sense of hearing, where you could play nice relaxing sounds, whether that be white noise, rain sounds, water, waves at a beach, or it could be a nice playlist, or you could even combine them. I know that on Apple settings, you can add background noises. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Let's see. Basically, in my settings, this is my phone. Me and my boyfriend, yay. And I could probably screen record this, but I don't feel like being techie. On my control center, I have this little ear, and it's called background sounds, and I can just play this. That is my go-to background sound, but I can play, it's rain. I can play music while playing the rain sound, and it's, oh my god, I'm in my warm bed and it's raining outside with a calming playlist. It doesn't get much better than that. But I don't know if there's a way to do this on Androids and other phones, but that's what I do on my iPhone. And on top of that, you can go to Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, and if you search up the playlist for the exact thing you're thinking, the exact descriptive word of your vibe right now, the place you're in, there are playlists for them. For example, before I was crocheting in my backyard, I could be like, sunny day playlist, summer day playlist, sitting in my backyard, or if I'm in my room, chilling in my room, relaxing, bedroom, like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do bedroom. You might get questionable playlists. But no, you can look up anything on any of those platforms and good music, good vibes will come up, like the exact vibe, because so many people know vibes now. I just feel like that's like a perfect way to set a vibe in a room and really get that movie scene. Because you know, in movie scenes, they don't just be sitting there. They have a playlist in the background so that you really get the whole vibe of the movie scene. So you need to do that while you crochet too. I'm pretty sure if you were to look up crochet playlist, something would come up because they have everything. And honestly, personally, my favorite are YouTube playlists, only because on Spotify and Apple Music, they will give you music that just came out over and over again, even if it doesn't have to do with what you want to listen to. But YouTube is not biased. It will just be people who enjoy putting music together in the playlist. If you don't feel like listening to music, you could also turn on a movie, you could turn on a show. I also want to make another YouTube video about that because I live for comfy movies, comfy shows. Like, I'm not a scary movie girl at all. I'm not even a sad movie girl. I will only watch things that have happy endings, that are happy and are comfy. I don't like action. I don't like any of that. I can't voluntarily make myself sad or scared, even though my boyfriend loves to do that. Like, even his mom will sit and watch true crime all day, and I know a lot of people who also like that. But me personally, if I watch one thing, I'm not going to sleep at night. I like to just be comfy and cozy in my little crochet world. You know, I have so many movies that I have on repeat, and I know word for word that I watch while I crochet. Like Pride and Prejudice, huge one. Even Totoro, any Studio Ghibli while you crochet is so nice. Oh my god, I want to go do that right now. But that really sets the vibe. It makes you so comfy while you crochet. But if you don't want to watch a movie or TV show, because honestly sometimes I'm sick of TV too, you can also watch YouTube videos. I feel like there's so many good YouTube videos online that just are so comfy and cozy. I know there's a lot of crochet vlogs that go on a lot too, and people who make long ones. Like, I would say my two favorite off the top of my head are like Aiko-san and Cameron Kane, who make videos for you guys to specifically crochet too, and they are so comfy and cozy. On top of that, if you are in your room, another thing to think about is setting the perfect temperature so that you're not uncomfortable while you are crocheting. You want to have a feeder. I literally just combined. If you want to have a fan next to you or a heater, in my apartment, my boyfriend and I were obsessed with the heater. We would sit next to it every single day, even if it wasn't cold, because it just makes the room so much comfier. But you want to make sure that the temperature is okay so you don't feel uncomfortable while you're crocheting, because everything has to be perfect for you. You deserve the best. On top of that, having a nice blanket on you, having a heating pad, all these different things to really get the most out of this comfy, cozy time that we are experiencing with crochet. Okay, before or after you crochet, you can make a warm cup of tea, a warm drink. Anything warmth really makes you calm and relax. So tea calms you. Even if you want to make hot chocolate or a latte, or I feel like comfy, cozy, romanticized snacks would be like homemade cookies or chocolate, or something more healthy like fruits and nuts. Just really get the most out of the experience. Do things that make you happy. Get all the happiness, all your favorite things at this time to relax and have fun. And just different snacks that bring you dopamine and happiness at the end of the day will be good to relax you and just feel good. Like, you just have cookies and milk and then you're crocheting with a good movie on, a good song. I literally cannot think of a more enjoyable time than that. Now, while you're doing all that, maybe don't have a huge bright light in your face unless it's the sun, because the sun is amazing. I could live for the sun. I would be out in the sun all day if I could. But if you're in your room and it's nighttime, maybe don't have the big light on. One thing that I feel like my generation as a whole hates is the big light, because why are you shining everything in my face? I think we all like dim lights, LED lights, warm lights. Big light is so ugly. I am not a fan of it. I feel like it changes the whole vibe of everything. So maybe invest in some warm lights. You can invest in LED lights, maybe just have a little lamp next to you, book lights, just things that aren't so bright, because you don't want to just have a bright light in your face. This is time to relax. You want to have enough light that it's comfy, but not that you're hurting your eyes and straining your eyes. I think that's one thing my grandmother has installed in me, is don't hurt your eyes, you need more light, da da da. So you want to not have to squint to see your pieces, but you don't want to also be blinded, so that life is not calming and that you're overstimulated. Especially at night, you know, you want to have low light so it gets you in the mood to get a nice good sleep. But I feel like that also sets the whole vibe of your room in areas when the lights are just dim and nice. Lastly, for setting the scene, you want to have a comfy area that you are crocheting, so that the chair or the bed or wherever you're sitting is comfy. You don't want to think about, oh my god, my back hurts, my butt hurts, my wrist hurts. You just want to think about crocheting and having a good time. So even making sure that your arms are in the right position while you're crocheting, so that you don't have to lift them up the whole time, or just that you're in a comfy spot while you're crocheting. You can even put pillows underneath your arms for support, all different things like that. But on top of that, you want to make sure that when you sit down, that you don't have to get up again. Make sure you have all your supplies close by. Make sure your yarn is on the right side of your body, so that's not crossing over things each time you have to keep pulling it. I highly suggest, if you don't pull from the center of your yarn already, I don't know how you crochet at all, because I would not be able to. If I had to keep flipping my yarn every time, I don't know if I would make it. I don't think I would, because the amount of times you have to pull your yarn in each flip takes up like 0.1, which I feel like adds to like hours of flipping yarn. No, I couldn't. Always pull from the center. Please. And if you can't, roll it into a cake. Or even with these, I will pull this whole thing out from the center if I can't find the middle before I flip my yarn over and over again. That is nuts. But just make sure everything's close by, because if you have to get up to get scissors, you have to get up to do anything, you know that your hook, the second you get up, is going to disappear. So just avoid it by being able to just sit and be organized and not have to get up. You know, if you have to keep getting up every 5 seconds to get something, to get a snack, to turn on the light, to do all this, you want to prepare everything before, so that by the time you sit on that bed, you will just be straight crocheting and nothing else. So now we have the whole environment set. We have our movie on, we have music playing, we have a blanket, pajamas, everything set. Now you have to think about certain things while you are crocheting to completely enhance the experience, because you can do the motion, but it's not always enjoyable if you're thinking about, oh, I have to do this quick, I have to get this done quickly. You don't want to lose focus of why crocheting is so amazing. So I made another video on this about all the benefits from crocheting, how it can help with anxiety and depression, how it fights insomnia, all different things like that. But one big one was that crocheting is a form of meditation, because when you're so focused on something and repeating the same thing over and over again, counting the stitches, you enter a state of mindfulness. So while you're crocheting, really focus. Don't let your mind drift off to worry. Don't let your mind get distracted. Really focus on what you're doing with your hands. Focus on each stitch being repeated and appreciate it, the flowingness of the repetition and how good it feels just over and over again, because it's really good for you. It's a good form of meditation, a way you can reap the benefits of meditation and just overall have more fun with it if you really focus and are present in the moment while you crochet. And while you are crocheting, make sure that you're choosing meaningful pieces to yourself. Whether that means you're crocheting something for someone else, but you know that they're gonna love it, it's someone that you care about, or maybe it's a stranger, but you just know that they're really going to appreciate this piece and that you want to put your all on it and just everything with that. Make sure it's something that you really enjoy. One thing I get in the habit of is making crochet tops, which I have to do sometimes for my business because people love crochet tops. It's a common thing. But I make so many crochet tops and I don't finish them because I don't really like crochet tops. It's just not something I really like to wear. It's just a preference, but I love crochet sweaters and crochet cardigans, and those are projects that I love. So I'm more likely to crochet a sweater for like 10 hours than I am to crochet a top for like 2, which is crazy. But that's how I romanticize it. I make pieces that are meaningful to me and that I really enjoy and that I know other people will enjoy. So make sure you are making something that you're passionate about, because if you're making something that you don't really like, how is that fun at all? I don't understand how that's fun for you at all. And we want to get the most out of this and have the most fun doing it. Do things that are good for you at the end of the day. You know, it's okay to be selfish. And I feel like that's not even selfish. It's just what you're supposed to do. I'm a Leo, so I love myself. Even with that, you can also crochet things that bring you comfort. So whether you're making yourself a pillow, a scarf, a blanket, those are just beautiful things that are going to be useful to you at the end, and you're going to enjoy the process so much more because you know that the end is so amazing. So everything's just going to be amazing. Beginning, start to end, you're going to have fun. Another thing is, maybe on the side while you are crocheting, have a little crochet journal so that you can remember everything that you learned, so that maybe if you want to use this pattern again, or even if this is a good start to creating your own clothes, if you don't freehand already, maybe sketch out different things so that you can make a piece that never existed before, a piece that you completely made on your own. And I think this is a good thing to just be grateful for. Think about, oh, what did you think about while you were crocheting today? Write that down. I know journaling has done a lot for other people, and journaling has also done a lot for me personally. I love to journal. I journal every night, most mornings. I love to journal, and I feel like it's so good for you and a good way to incorporate this in crochet. Just all of your thoughts, anything crochet, anything you want to get done, to-do list with crochet, anything. It's good to have a cute little crochet journal. Which brings me to my last one, which is practicing gratitude while you crochet. I think one thing that we often take for granted once you've been crocheting for so long is how crazy and amazing it is to have this gift. One thing that gets me through really tough times, and they don't even seem tough, even though in the bigger picture they really were difficult, is gratitude. If I'm really going through something, I just think about all that I do have. And even if you don't have a lot, you do have life, you have air, you have hands to even crochet, you have crochet. Even if you have nothing, you have crochet, okay? At the end of the day, that's all you need. No air, no water, don't drink, don't eat, crochet, okay? You know, I'm not a doctor, don't take this health advice. But just be grateful for the gift that you have, the ability to even crochet, the ability to have yarn, to be here right now in this present moment. Just be grateful for it, because you're gonna feel so much better and just feel even more like a superhero while you're crocheting. I feel like it's an amazing superpower. I say this all the time, but it really is so cool that we are creating things with yarn. I just say, like, it's literally this straight line and we made it into a blanket. That amazes me. We learned how to do amazing things. So really practice gratitude. Even if you're not practicing gratitude for something necessarily crochet, I feel like when you get into the habit of practicing gratitude each time you crochet, you could start off being like, okay, I have this amazing gift, but now I have a roof over my head. Now I have clothes, I have food, I was fed today, I had a good day, someone smiled at me, like different things like that. It's just a train of gratitude once you do that, and your life is gonna feel amazing, because once you look at the good things in your life, you're only gonna see the good things in your life, and that's a good life. That's amazing. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you can incorporate these things into your crocheting, because I know, guaranteed, it will make crocheting so much more enjoyable and fun. I apologize for the effects it might have on you, because you might never stop crocheting. You will always say one more row for the rest of your life, because you are in the ultimate place, the happiest place and most comfortable place you could be. You might completely forget about your job, school, any responsibilities you have, feeding your children, because of the enjoyableness, might not be a word, today it is, of crocheting. You can blame me if you want to. But if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm always talking in front of the camera, crocheting in front of the camera, me in front of the camera. But thank you so much. Bye. Yeah, I'm gonna go crochet. So please leave me alone. I'm just kidding.